Hey everybody, it's Patrick. I did not announce that I was going live, but I am by myself today, right now, until Peter gets home from work, and I am finishing up. We have Clark Bate here, and Clark has some things that are temporary that are on him right now, and as he has these temporary things that are they're just stuck on here with some fabric tape, because he was not going to be a permanent puppet. He was going to be originally the alien, and I actually have Fwed over here, who is the alien I just finished, while I'm sewing this up and adding some of these things live, or live now. I figured I would go live and just hang out with y'all. So that's what I'm doing, and I see there are some people here. I don't know if I can see. Can I see? Let's see. All. Let me see if I can get all. I don't know if I can see chat. And please forgive me. It's the first time that I've done this on. Oh, there you are. Hey, Andrea. How are you doing? So yeah. So I have not done live chat. Excuse me. I'm popping myself up a bit here. I've not done live chat on my phone before. I've done it on the computer, but the phone seems to have a much better camera on it, so I figured I'd do that. So for the people who have just joined me, there are 6 people here. Oh, hey, how you doing? So this is Clark. Clark is a character that I voice and I do the puppetry on. Fwed, who we just finished last night, I just finished sewing him last night. He will show up in this week's 3 ingredient recipes. He was originally supposed to be the alien because he's all gray. I figured he would be like that gray. I have a great 3 ingredient biscuit recipe. Oh, awesome! Leave it in one of the one of the comments. Hi, Ellen. How are you? Oh my God, what time is it in England? Anyway, so he was going to be originally the alien puppet. But we needed a quick worm puppet for Sullivan Spaniel, for that one stupid, about 10:30. Okay. So it's not too late, which is good. That's part of the reason I did it now, because I know I have people who are in like England, the UK and stuff, and I thought that maybe you would join me, which would be great. So he was going to be the original alien puppet, but we love him so much, he's so great, that I decided that we were going to keep him as a permanent puppet. And then, if you haven't seen him, self-rising flour shortening buttermilk. Oh, awesome. That sounds like, I think we did that biscuit recipe, actually. So this is Fwed. Now, his name was originally going to be Fred, but there's this old song from the 50s called The Little Blue Man. And he sings, I love you, and this is going to be voiced by Peter, and Peter will be the puppeteer on this. I sewed him myself. He's an alien, and the reason I decided to do an alien is there is an artist. His channel is called what's it called? Unmask Art. What if you put like a marble in those eye things? You know, it's funny. The eyes I like because if you can see him, his eyes, these are actually the tops of a, there's this fabric, it's not a fabric softener, it makes your laundry smell better. It's like this stuff that you just put it into your laundry and it makes it smell better. And these are the caps. And I've had these for a couple years now, just on top of my washing machine, and I knew I was going to do something with them, but I had no idea what. And those are stuck on pretty well. Like the poppables. Yeah, that's exactly it. I think it's the Downy Unstoppables are one type, but they have more like a flower on the top. I think this is, what's it called? What is it? Purell or something like that. Anyway, so that's that. This is actually two feather clips for your hair. So like little girls would put that in their hair. There's one of the hot pink and then one of the light pink. The ears are foam with that's just a stitch going up the top. And then inside you've got this mouth bit. This is foam. This is more felt. The whole thing is fleece. It's like a polar fleece which does really well. And then to give it some dimension, this is foam, which lets it look like there's like a throat behind there. And then these are just little heart cutouts. So if you've ever seen in a craft store where they have like hearts and flowers and all those kinds of things made out of foam, that's what that is. And then I just drew a little line to make his tongue. And that's actually an old Muppet, Jim Henson type of thing. And I just love him. And then he's got a feather boa around his neck and around his hands. And then we've actually permanently attached the arm rods. And his arms are hella long. So we made the arms with 3 fingers. So that's 3 fingers. And then Peter drew out this really odd shape for his arm. So they bend. It's got kind of an elbow, but then he's got kind of this Popeye arm going on here, which is cool. Hey, Michelle. How are you? Got some time away from the twins? Or are you hanging out with the twins and watching? So he can do a whole bunch of stuff. He can cross his arms. Peter's got him so he can cross his arms. Oh yeah, like that. It's like, if Ellen, if you're still on, this is sort of the Kachimun, the deal with it. So that's him. If Peter comes home, I'm actually just doing this between the time that I get home and Peter gets home. If he gets home, I'll have him play Fred. So yeah, Peter's doing Fred. But what I'm doing right now is I have Clark. Oh, hello. And he was just going to be a temporary thing. Yeah, I know. I'm sure you get no time off, Michelle, with the twins. So Clark was going to be, if you just joined, he was going to be a temporary thing, and I was actually going to make him into Fred after this, but we loved Clark so much. Clark, his voice is based on, I don't know who's old enough to remember, but there's this actor from the 1970s. There's 2 actors, Paul Lynde and Charles Nelson Riley, who are these 2 gay actors from the 70s. Paul Lynde was the center square on Hollywood Squares, and Charles Nelson Riley was on The Match Game and on The Ghost of Mrs. Muir. And so he's got this kind of, hello, oh, how you doing? Hi, oh my God, I'm so happy to be here. So, and he also loses his, so I'm talking like a million miles an hour. So he, yeah, I'll show you my, Justin, oh my God, hi, everybody's showing up. This is great. So he's a little smaller too. When we printed him out on 8.5 by 11 paper. So that's about the size of my hand. And then, hi, God, everybody, there's so many people coming. And then so we printed the pattern for Fred with 11 by 17 paper. So he's much bigger. He's actually about the size of a Jim Henson Muppet. So he's almost, if I sit him down right next to me, he's that size. So he's like the size of a small kid. And these puppets I can actually dress from, if I wanted to give him an outfit, you could go, I've got to catch up on videos live, been turbo busy. Oh yeah. If anybody, if you can see Justin's comments, Justin does these things called turbo beads, which are like the little pony beads, and he just did a map of Africa, like a big wall hanging of a map of Africa, and it's just amazing. He did it all out of beads. It is gorgeous. It's beautiful. So go check out his channel. So if I wanted to dress him, I could dress Fred in, I think it's 12-month-old, toddler clothes, and that fits all that. And we have a ton of those over there. Before I get, actually, let me take you with me. Haven't had time to watch a whole lot of YouTube. Oh, I know what you mean. Whoa, let me show you the, if I can do it without the mess. So this, we just bought this, these cabinets from IKEA, and these now hold all of our puppet stuff. So this is a Sullivan cabinet, and then we have George and Dog are in here. Let me see if I can do this and see it. So there's Mama George. Where's George? George is in here somewhere. Oh, there he is. Ah. I'm trying to do this at the same time as I'm talking, so I'm sorry about that. So we've got George. Let me just do George real quick. Get him on. Ah. This is George. Hello. So, yeah, George and dog live in this one. He's very, very nice. You would think it was crowded, but he's not crowded at all. And so we've got them all arranged by series. So we have George and dog and Mama George and Red Squirrel go in here. I think this is more George. So we've got Asshole Rabbit, and there's a second Asshole Rabbit, and Puddles and Baxter. And then in this one we have Sullivan, the consultant. We have Sullivan is up here, all squished up. And then just some random various puppets. We have Rupert, who right now, I don't know if you can see Rupert. Rupert's got eyelashes on because he's going to do Rupert's drag race sometime soon. Oh yeah, yeah, they're kind of squished in there. And then we have like Steve. This is 3 ingredient recipes. So we have Steve and Blooper and Cheese, and Simon all live in here. I think we have like 35 regular characters on our series, which is amazing. Oh, Steve, your tail's in here. Who's down here? Oh. And then these are some of the kind of other characters we have. We have the zombie, which I love him. And this is Grant Uchida, who I made for a collab. Another YouTuber. He doesn't do too much anymore. And then just various and sundry stuff. And we have one giant puppet, which I think we're going to remake. So we have this idea for this shark, and her name is Karen, but it's huge. We got this big, it's a dolphin stuffed animal, and we've been retrofitting her. I mean, I sewed on this bottom and we made the teeth and everything, but she's just too big. She lives up here with Groot, little baby Groot. And then, so that's my cabinet. I'm sweating because I'm talking so much. So that's what the house looks like with all the various creatures who live here. So anyway, so I'm sewing. I keep saying I'm going to be sewing Clark. So Clark just has Karen. Yes. Oh my gosh. Hi. Velveteen Kitchen is another fantastic channel. I met them at Creator Day. In New York, and they make cocktails. They're so fun, and they're just like, they do this, everything is in this sort of kitschy 1950s, super cool, super like tiki bar kind of stuff. I want to go and visit their apartment because it looks, or their house. It looks amazing. So so for the puppet, so Clark, he's only, well, he's attached. Oh, we just did an eyeectomy on him. All of his stuff is only attached with fabric glue. So what I'm going to do is, there is this stuff that we just found called E6000. I saw this on HGTV, and it can literally stick just about anything to just about anything. Oh, of course. God, you guys are great. I like hanging out with you. They do a lot of live streams where they make up cocktails. It seems like you almost make them on the fly. So these eyeballs, we have 1 million of these eyeballs. I need to order some more. These are from FAO Schwartz. They used to have something called, I think it was Muppet Factory or something like that, and you could make your own Whatnot Muppets. So we have about 50 of these. Yeah, the E6000 is basically like a super glue, except it will do wood to glass and plastic to fabric and all sorts of stuff. And it's really, I usually hot glue, but this is even way better. So I've got to put Clark's eyes back on and put him on permanently. If you watched the Sullivan Spaniel from this past week, his eyes, Clark's eyes, were shaking the whole time because it was only on with fabric tape. Try the magic wand button. What does that do? Oh, what am I doing, Glamour? Ah! Yikes. Can you not see me? Is that the thing, or are you just... Was that just a special effect that I was supposed to do? Is this too dark? It looks good in my camera, but I don't know if you can see all that well here. I don't know. folks, let me know if you can't see all that. Oh, it's just for fun. Okay, I didn't know if you couldn't see me. The last time I did a live stream where I had two competing microphones going at the same time, and that was not a good thing. So you're an awesome guy. Thank you. That's really nice to hear. That's really nice to hear. And I'm doing this. I think I'm going to be doing this sort of live stream on Monday night for Tuesday's videos. All right, so we're putting Clark's eyes. I probably only have a second or two. So we're putting Clark's eyes back on his head, and then I have to hold it for just a quick second while I do that. Cricket! Oh my gosh, how are you? So cooking with Cricket. Cricket, what state are you in? I know you're down south because your weather's really hot and you've got that great southern accent. She makes like kind of southern American southern cooking, not South American cooking, Southern American cooking in Georgia. Yeah, and she makes some really great stuff, like really home cooking type of stuff. So if you like the 3-ingredient recipes, you should check out Cricket's channel, Cooking with Cricket. She just commented. I love her stuff. Just got back from my trip. That's right, you just had an anniversary trip, right? So Cricket, what is it? You're married 25 years now? She just did the, like kind of the story of her and her husband, how they met and their wedding and all that other stuff, and that was lots of fun. So I'm putting on a second eye, so my second eye. So now Clark's going to be permanent, which is good. 25 years, I can't believe it. So we're about the same age, I think, Cricket. I might be a little bit older than you, but that's about it's about right. I can't believe that people our age are going through like 25-year anniversaries and stuff. My oldest niece and nephew are just graduating college this year too. Okay, I got him on there. Might have to add some more glue because I like the eyes, but they've got this little tiny button that you can glue on, or they put Velcro on it and it doesn't really work all that well. So Clark, I've got his eyes on. They're back on, but as you see, this one's a little bit shaky, so I think I'm going to add some glue around the edges of his eyes. Do I have anything to do that with? How long have you been growing your hair? 3.5 years. I love Clark too. He's like my new favorite. I don't try to play favorites too much, but he's my favorite. Yeah, my hair I've been growing out for about 3.5 years. It was January 1st, 2014. That I made the decision that I wouldn't cut my hair, and since then I got one haircut, one actual haircut, and I've only cut a little bit. It's a big old mess right now, but yeah, it's really long. I'm going to be 20 in January 2018. Oh man. Yeah, it's only been 28 years since I've been 20. But that's great. You know what's cool about the long hair stuff? I'm assuming you got here from the long hair stuff, is that I have met so many people of so many different ages. There's guys who are in their 50s and 60s, and there are guys who are just like 18, 19 who have all watched all the videos, and it's great because everybody's been so terrific. So Clark's eyes are on. But yeah, this glue is great, but I need to put a little bit extra around his eyes. What can ooh, what I can use. I've got a little foam doobie down here. I saw that time-lapse video. Yeah, that was the very first thing. I've had the YouTube channel since 2007. When I moved to Japan. I actually started a YouTube channel because I moved to Japan for work. I was sent there on an assignment as a business consultant. And I wanted my family to be able to see what I was doing while I was out there. So at that time, nobody was doing YouTube that I knew of. And like my family asked questions like, can you get sound on YouTube? And is this something I can share with other people and stuff? And it was cool. It was great. And then I did nothing with it for 7 years. I would put up like the plays that I wrote, but I never really used it until I started doing the long hair stuff. And then because I'd watched so many other long hair channels, I decided I would do the time-lapse. And so many guys, Raoul Taylor, who, if you know any of the long hair guys, Raoul Taylor is like this Norwegian dude from Norway who he basically was like the guy, and he did a shout out to me on my very first video on his channel, or I think on his Twitter, and then all of a sudden I got all these guys showing up, looking at my hair, and so I started. I would just do the monthly updates, and then that got fun, and then George I did as a total. It was actually, I was being very mean to someone. I have this friend from the New York Fringe Festival. I just discovered that you're easy to talk to now that I'm watching this live video. Yeah, I think I am. I do like to talk to people. And I'll tell you a secret. Peter doesn't talk very much. He's a very quiet guy. And the reason you've never seen him is because he won't be on camera. He won't even let me take his picture most of the time. And so I did George because I met this guy at a play festival in New York that I was part of, and he was constantly putting up these videos about how depressed he was. He'd say, "I'm so depressed, I'm going to go to bed. I'm so depressed, life sucks, nobody loves me, blah, 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 blah." And so I put up the George video, not to cheer him up, but just mostly to say, "Dude, get over yourself." And so that was the first one, and then I decided I would make him into sort of a thing, just see if I could make him a series. And it wasn't until Peter brought out the dog puppet when I had bought the dog puppet for him for Christmas. Oh, hey, Phone Jones. Phone Jones is another cool channel. You do a lot of stuff now. You used to do just Dollar Tree kind of stuff. That's how I am most of the time. Quiet, yeah. So yeah, Phone Jones has a channel where she used to do a lot of Dollar Tree hauls, but now she's more like hanging out with her and her family. She and her daughter. She did a haul from Costco yesterday where her daughter was giving her a lot of sass, and that was fun. Your daughter is a stitch. Cassandra, is that the daughter who had the accident, or is that a different daughter? The one, because you had a daughter who got into an accident, like a car accident, right? Was that her? Because if so, she's looking like she's doing great. Okay. So Clark's eyes now are, when I shake his head, well, his head's kind of wobbly, but when I shake his head, you don't see his eyes. Oh, yes. That's your other daughter. Okay. Is she doing okay? Hey, Benjamin. I'm fixing puppets, and what people are watching me fix puppets for 20 minutes now. So she's doing well, that's good. Starts with one idea. I know, seriously. And I wasn't a puppeteer. I had bought the cat puppet because we thought we would. The delay between typing and you seeing is really. I know on the computer streaming it takes a much longer. So George, I bought for Peter for Christmas one year. We were going to do a funny, especially with a group of people I'm quiet around. Yeah. In groups, I don't like parties or anything like that unless I know everybody. So we have a cat who's actually right here. This is Gracie. Whoop, 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 whoop. Can you see Gracie? Oh, where is she? Here's Gracie. I don't know if you can see her. She's asleep. And I wanted to put her in one of my videos because she kept showing up when I was doing my first hair video. She would walk across the back of the couch, and I wanted to do something funny with her. But, of course, you can't get a cat to do anything, so I bought this cat puppet. And then that's where George came from. And the reason his name is George is because, I don't know, people are too young, but there is George Burns and Gracie Allen. Gracie is my cat, so I figured George would be her pal. And the French voice is just something I always do for cats. I wish I had a desktop. Oh, I'm sorry. I have a laptop. I don't have a desktop, but my laptop is super slow these days. So I'm taking so these are sort of the worm, you know how worms scrunch up and they get those kind of rings around them? So I put those on, but I put them on with that fabric tape, and so I'm going to permanently affix that. I'm going to I always do it. Like, it's like, so Gracie has, I know you're taking a break from men's long hair, but my hair grows forward. Is there any way to mess it, to go backwards into a bun? Your hair is probably not long enough yet to go back. If your hair is not going, if it's not falling, it probably doesn't have enough weight to it yet. If your hair is very curly or very kinky, if you have like African American hair, or I'm sorry that you miss having hair. I'm very lucky. I'm almost 50, and most guys my age don't have their hair, so I'm always grateful that I have the hair. So if you have straight hair or just past your knees, holy crap. If you have wavy or straight hair like mine, just wait for it to get long enough so that you can pull it backwards, because my hair did that too. It would just kind of stay forward. If you see, my hair just kind of falls forward, but because it's got like 2 feet of hair now, the weight of the rest of it pulls it down. So I'd say be patient. If your hair is very long and it's not going forward, then use some product. I would say use some heavy pomade or gel. Now that I have a phone, I don't like going on the computer that much. I'm old-fashioned. I can't do anything on my phone really well. It's almost 6 inches and it's too thick. Even my barber can... Yeah, 6 inches you don't have enough hair to do anything with. So 6 inches is like what? Like that much hair? So my hair is so thick. Magnus loves your voice. Well, don't wake up a baby just to try to talk to me. He might not like me. So my hair is so full that when I had it about before it was even like 18 inches long, I would say that's where it started falling, right? If you go back to my first videos in 2015, my hair is like way out to here and it's flipping up at the bottom just because it is, it's so thick. It's very fine texture. I don't have any texture to my hair at all, but it falls right. What phone do you have, and do you have Instagram? Instagram is the same name. If you look up xingcat anywhere, that's my Instagram, my Twitter. My website is xingcat.com. Yeah, all of that is xingcat. So XINGCAT. You can do Instagram. I have an iPhone 6. I'm going to be going up to an iPhone 7 as soon as my contract's up. I will look you up on Instagram. Oh yeah, definitely. If you're not on my Instagram, just pop onto my Instagram. What made you choose xingcat as a username? Okay. In 1991, 1992, somewhere around there, we were getting email addresses for the very first time, something other than my college email address. And so I had to, you couldn't have a long name, so you had to have a short name. And so I had this sign on my wall of the office in my apartment that had a cat. It was one of those yellow signs, like a yellow diamond, and it had a cat in it, and it said cat Xing, cat crossing. And so I just switched them back and forth, and it became xingcat. And I have had that for about 25 years now. So, and I'm literally the only xingcat that you'll see online. Like if you Google xingcat, you'll find almost exclusively me, except a few people in China with the name Xing, or Xing, I guess it would be called in China. I probably am mispronouncing that. So right now, I've got my sewing kit, and I'm just finding some black thread so I can sew his stuff on. Let's see, that's black, right? Yep. Can you follow my username, Cars Cartel? I can't do that right now because I'm on the phone, and I'll probably drop all of you. Do you like the Galaxy? I've only had iPhones since I had my BlackBerry. Before iPhones came out, I had a BlackBerry, and then I got the first iPhone. So I'm just sewing. I'm going to start sewing anyway. Do I have my scissors? Yeah, my scissors are right here. Where are you from? I am from Boston, Massachusetts in the U.S. I'm not married, but I've been with my partner for 5 years. It'll be 5 years this August. We met at the theater, and we've been together ever since. He basically moved in like a month after we met. Whose picture is that on the top? Which one? Way up at the top there? That is my dad. Um, my partner's name is Peter. The boy with the glasses is my dad. That's his grade school photo. Yeah, my dad and I look very much alike. I look exactly like my mom, but my dad and I look very much alike. My dad, I'm actually older than my dad was when he died. Can we meet Peter? You've met Peter if you've seen any of the videos with more than one puppet, or um, in the 3-ingredient recipes. He plays all the other characters. He doesn't like showing his face on camera. He's shy, and he also just doesn't like the way he looks on camera, which I mean, I like the way he looks because he's with me, but yeah, Peter is extremely shy, and the only way he'll be on my channel is if he does the puppets, which I'm okay with that, just because it allows us to do stuff. And one of the things that I've found with the YouTube, I'm 100 years old, with YouTube is it's like 100 times easier to do stuff if there were 2 of you working on it than 1. Like if this channel was just me, I would probably have given up a year ago because it's a lot of work. But because Peter says, okay, what are we doing today, or what recipe are we making this week, or whatever, then all of a sudden I'm interested again. And it's a lot more fun. Do you make money? I make no money on YouTube. I've gotten a couple checks. Not checks. I've passed the threshold a couple of times, but I've been doing it consistently 3 or 4 videos a week for 2 years, and the threshold is $100 once your AdSense gets up there, and it's just me. It takes forever to film. Yeah, it's like even just setting up, because I have these lights down in the basement. I'd show the basement, but our Wi-Fi goes out in the basement, so I tried to do that. No, not $100 a week. $100, like I have only passed the $100 threshold like once or twice, and that's been in 2 years. And I have right now I'm getting close to 800,000 views, something like that, and I have like 3,000 subscribers, so it takes a very long time. Excuse me a minute, I gotta take off my glasses to thread the needle because I'm old and I'm blind, so I can't read your comments for a second. I'm so blind. There we go. There we are. I'm so nearsighted, and I haven't gotten progressives yet, bifocals yet. I don't know where Peter is. He's usually home by 6. Is there a way to get money but not through AdSense? The ads pay through AdSense. The only other ways that I know of are to get sponsored. If you get a company that, you know, if they say, if you show if it was for hair, say your hair care products, and they'll pay you for that, you need a lot of subscribers for that. There's also a thing called Patreon, and Patreon is where your viewers can pay you directly. I've got a really good job. It pays me well enough, and there's, you know, I'm not single, but there are 2 of us, 2 men who are both professionals without kids, and so Ads can send you a check. Sponsors video. Where do you work? I work for a data management company, and I run their like forums. So if you've ever been on a community forum for like a product or anything, I do that for our products. So that's me. That's what I do for work. So, and I've been doing it for quite a while. So, you know, is there a dollar sign under the chat where you can donate to xingcat too? Aw, you don't need to donate to me though. I mean, that would be very nice, but like I don't need anybody paying me. Oh, Peter's home. We're live. I'm sitting here sewing and chatting. Peter's like, what? I set up another account just for YouTube. What car do you drive? Oh, why you're Benjamin? You're stalking me. I have a Kia Soul, so if you're gonna kill me in my sleep or on the road, please let me know. Do you want to play Fred for a second? People say they want to meet you, and I know you won't. No, he's shaking his head. No. These things on Etsy, if you create things. Yeah, you could make stuff. I was thinking, hi, Peter. Andrea says hi. He's he's right over here. He's putting on Fwed. So, yeah, I've been online for about like 40 minutes almost, chatting with people. Show us Peter for 1 second, please. No, I'm not going to put him on camera if he doesn't want to be on camera. Sorry. But he can play Fwed. You want to come in?
I'm not sure how to get in.
Oh, the thing is right here. So if you slide in on this side.
So can we move the table so I can?
Yeah, I can move the
this
table.
way?
There we go. Put him down.
Down.
Yeah, down over here. You don't have to hide, Peter. You can't see you. Yeah, there you go. There we go.
Hello.
Hello. You can face the cameras right there.
Face the camera.
There's the camera.
What's the camera?
Oh, see, Fred just joined us on this planet, so he doesn't know a lot of things. Camera shows pictures to people.
Oh, is that like a floboscope?
Like a floboscope?
A floboscope.
It sounds like it.
Yeah. It's where you take flobes of people and you shoot them across the air and other people can see it.
That sounds exactly right. Velveteen Kitchen says hi. Andrea's smiling
Hello.
at you. Hello. How long have you had your job? 5 years. I've been at this job for about 5 years. So yeah, I like it. It's really a great time. I really like it. And so
I've had my job for 10 astrological units.
he's been there for 10 astrological units. Astrological units.
Yes.
So that's Fred.
Hello.
Globe scope. Yeah. Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Okay, so it's been about 36 minutes online, and sorry, I have to go to run. I have to run too. Is that his accent? Yeah. I don't know if you were on when there's a song called "The Little Blue Man." It's a 1940s, 1950s song, 1950s, somewhere around there. He's not talking, and it's so because Fred is blue. He said the thing goes, "I love you," and so that's Fred's thing. Oh, Justin, I missed your comment. They disappear really quick, so I didn't see it. So I'm just. Me too. I have a baby to feed, but you made Magnus laugh, and for that I love you. Oh, thanks, Michelle. I know you're totally busy. Michelle, Think Pink Days has a channel as well, and she is very busy because she takes care of her twin nephews. That's her job. So I would not do that for all the money in the world. I don't have any patience for kids. Can you slide? You can slide comments with your finger. Can I? Let's see. Oh my God. Thank you. Do you plan to do YouTube as a full-time job? No. I've been doing... Oh, Dog's here. Hi, Dog. You're out of camera reach. Let's do that. Can you see where he is? There you go. Uh-huh. So Dog's joined us. Hi, Dog. Woof. No, I don't want to do full... Well, I mean, if I could do YouTube full-time, that would be great. But I've been doing theater long enough to know that I've been doing theater for almost 30 years, and I've spent more money on theater than I've ever made, and so I know that YouTube. I mean, I'm not gonna get millions of subscribers for a puppet channel, you know. I know, but you like everybody. So you like doing this, right? So I'm perfectly happy to do it as kind of a side thing. What I would love. I met your partner. Do you want to do YouTube does Peter want to do YouTube as a full-time job? He doesn't know. Peter's a graphic designer, so like I said, we have day jobs. We have full-time careers. But Peter's the original puppeteer. What I would love is that your partner's real accent. No, Peter's voice is just Peter. Who sounds most like you? Simon. Yeah, Simon is closest to Peter's voice, except he's not British. I'm not really sure that Simon's British most of the time. Everything is possible. What we would love is if somebody from, say, the Henson Company said, "Oh, God, we like your stuff. Would you like to come work with us?" Yeah. So if something like that happened, or if a movie said we need puppetry or a theater production, if Basil Twist, who's a really famous puppeteer, said he wanted us to join his group, that'd be great. But I don't think it's going to happen on YouTube. I think that people making a living on YouTube is not going to be happening for much longer with most people.
Aww.
I know, it's sad. Okay, we're reaching up to about 40 minutes. I know some people do these live streams for like hours, but we've got to have We gotta have dinner. Yeah, we need dinner. So I'm gonna make dinner, and thank you guys all so much for joining me. This live stream will be up. It'll just publish. And so if you like the live stream, let me know. I see a bunch of people gave it a thumbs up. A lot of you stayed here for the whole time. I am so thrilled about that, right? Ooh, yeah. I took theater when I was in junior high school. I'm home with a family since August. Great. This was fun. Yes. If you like this, we can do this every once in a while. They're certainly easy to make. I will see you again sometime later, and Dog will be back on Sunday. And then Fred will be here, 3 ingredient recipes. And Sullivan, we have a really interesting Sullivan for that we have to film tomorrow. Ooh. Okay. See you guys later. Thanks so much for joining us. Bye.